Moving on from Star Wars ships, we're going to move on to more sort of generic sci-fi ships. The first one is, have you guys seen the movie Wall-E? Chat, have you seen the movie Wall-E? Nick, Joe, Wall-E?
I've seen Wall-E.
Yeah.
So do you know the cruise liner that all the fat people are on?
Yeah, to be fair, it does look very comfortable, and I hate going anywhere, so
B tier?
being attached to my chair permanently, then I can't complain about that. I'm going to say S, fuck it.
Fuck it. All right, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
The comfort of it, I'll go with that. I'll agree with it.
Okay, fine. Battlestar Galactica.
I mean, style, I think it looks
I'm in Devon.
very cool. Armor, it is pretty heavily armed, but it also is old as fuck in universe, and it's decrepit. And it feels like it would be a bit shit to live in.
Technically, it's going to sound sad to say this, but technically it is scrap metal. It was about to be scrapped when the Cylon War starts in the
It's
reboot.
literally a museum at the beginning of the war.
So it sounds horrible. It sounds, but to be fair, but because of this next ship, I'm gonna have to move this down to B tier, just mid for comfort. Scrap metal for Babylon 5, but this is a Borg cube. So this is one of the most powerful ships in Star Trek.
Is it comfortable and can you go to the swimming pool?
No, it's
The Wall-E ship goes above it.
Yeah, but the Borg are more likely to assimilate you, so you'll like their way of living more than you'll like the pool.
I don't know, man. Does it have a steam room? A
Yeah,
sauna?
just like, come on.
And also, do I have to get up out of my chair if I'm a Borg?
I mean, no, yes, maybe.
Can I have a meal in a cup?
I mean, yes, actually, ironically, with the Borg ship. You don't need to eat at all because you'll be Borg. You just have to take energy from a wall. Right, okay. Next, we have the Lost in Space ship.
I'm unfamiliar with this one. I don't have an input.
I don't know.
I'm just going to put it gets lost in space, so immediately it goes to scrap metal, right?
Brilliant.
So this next ship is what I don't know. It's from Cowboy Bebop, is what you said it was, Joe, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't know the name of it, but I think it looks cool as hell, though.
So where'd you like to put it?
B, just because I don't know anything about it, but just style points alone, I think it gets a B.
Okay, next we have a base star from Battlestar. I mean, if you know, we put Battlestar itself in scrap metal, but this is like the peak of technology in that universe.
Can you get in the pool?
This is gonna be the bar.
Oh wait, no.
That is going to be the bar.
Wait, no, a base
you're
star.
Absolutely right.
A base star has a pool. A base star actually has a pool.
That is true. Actually, it does have a pool. Yes.
What kind of pool? I feel like there's something you're not telling me.
There's people in it that make you hyperdrive or jump, right?
So
Isn't that the pool they're in?
Yeah, there's a couple of different pools. There's the one that, you know, when you die, you get brought back to life in. If you're a Cylon.
Also, I'm sorry to say, but Star Trek for me is a little bit more my fave than Star Wars. Sorry, your opinion is wrong.
Yes, your opinion is right, Octavia. Your opinion is right. Good, good. You can actually help with some of the questions a little bit later about which Enterprise is the
Yeah,
best.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't actually have an opinion because I could never get into it myself.
Yeah, I've tried watching. Which one is the one with Picard?
Next gen. But you've watched Lower Decks, and you like Lower Decks, Nick.
Lower Decks was fine because it was like in the style of Rick and Morty, and it was funny as fuck.
And to be fair, you have to have a very high IQ to.
But that
No,
is
you don't. James watches it.
But that is still. Oh, you know what? Screw you guys. Next we have.
He gets so pissed off so easily. I love it.
This next ship goes to the top of S tier because without this ship, none of these other ships would exist.
What ship is it?
And this is the ship from 2001: A Space Odyssey. So
Can you
It is
go
a bit
into
of
the
a weird
pool with
looking
it?
ship.
Can you get in the pool?
shush now.
Possibly.
Can you get in the pool?
I don't know.
We don't know.
Probably not,
Okay,
but
so the
it's
Wally
not
one
no,
goes
though.
on top.
It's not an outright no, though.
It's got a mad robot on it that's, you know, like singing Daisy Daisy. My mind's going, Dave. Moving on, we have the very chill ship from Spaceballs, which is of course the original Star Wars. In case you didn't. I can't take it seriously. Okay, this ship it's stupid. It can go to scrap.
It is dumb.
It's really dumb. I'm sorry. Next, the original Enterprise or Pike's Enterprise, and this can go way up here. There you go. It's where it deserves to be.
Where? Sorry.
Right, just
it's
just
above
below.
the Wally ship. Does it have a pool?
No. Does it have a pool?
It does have a
I
pool.
guess technically, because what are you gonna wait? Let me
What
say
kind of
before
pool
you
is
say
it?
anything. Are you gonna say it has a simulation room so it can simulate a pool?
Exactly. So it does have a pool, and it can simulate anything you want. So that
Put it below the Wally ship, or I will
the Wally ship has no weapons, man. The Wally ship has no weapons. Like, this ship will literally nuke it. Like the original Enterprise.
Stop that.
Stop it. The original Enterprise has a weapon on it that can destroy planets. Okay, it's basically a Death Star.
Okay, so the Death Star will go above that.
Well, we don't have the Death Star on the list, so I'm sorry.
You absolute bastard.
We for some reason do have the Millennium Falcon again. Though I think that might have already been in there. To be fair.
Yeah, but we can.
Please put the Wally one above the Enterprise.
I'm not putting it above the Enterprise. The chat has agreed. Holodecks are better. Okay, this next ship is one I don't know, but Joe does.
No, stop that, Nick.
Okay, it's
That is
fine.
not. You'll sit on the naughty step.
Yeah, what makes?
I'm already on the naughty step.
What's this next one, Joe?
I believe it's from the game EVE Online.
Right.
It's like a big capital ship. It was like the first big capital ship
Available.
and it's highly lauded and it's extremely powerful.
Okay.
But I don't know anything more than that.
Well, it's you know, EVE Online. The ships in EVE Online are bloody expensive, so I think if it's a powerful ship in EVE Online, it goes to A tier because those things are really expensive.
Yeah. People pay real money for them. There's like a straight up a black market on EVE Online.
Yeah.
And people will pay like hundreds, if not thousands, of pounds or dollars for these ships. Like in real world money, like whenever a ship blows up, there's a real world cost to it. It's mad.
Exactly. So next ship we have is the Covenant. It's not a Covenant Corvette. It's a Covenant
Supercarrier.
It's a supercarrier. So I think it definitely goes A tier for me. I mean, those things are basically both the same ship, really, but just from different games.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Okay, the next ship we have, now this is going to be a tricky one. This is, I don't know if you guys know about Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or read the book by Douglas Adams at all. But this is the Heart of Gold. This is the film version of the Heart of Gold. And this ship can go anywhere in the universe possible by traveling in something called an infinite improbability drive. But you never know if you're going to show up as the same thing you were when you left.
Does it have a pool?
Yes. I will allow you to put this above the Wally ship because it is basically a cruise liner like the Wally ship, just with a star drive that can go anywhere in the universe.
Can you get in the pool?
Yes, I just answered that question.
That was the first question I asked. Don't worry, we're on the same page, Nick. The only problem with it, I feel like the only flaw is the what was it called, the improbability drive, where I don't know what's going to happen. I could come out the other side of that for the next 5 seconds, and I could be
a turkey.
I could be the chicken or something. And I mean, is it guaranteed you do turn back, right?
Yeah, you always turn back. You always turn back. But only when you approach normality, because Ford Prefect turns into a penguin, and Arthur Dent loses all his legs, and they float off into the sunset. In the original,
but they get them back, right?
They do get them back.
Okay,
and
that's fine then.
Just before normality, they reach normality. A load of monkeys ask them about their script for Hamlet that they've been working on.
Right. Am I misremembering that they all turn into yarn at a certain point?
That's in the movie version. Yeah, I was quoting the radio series, which is the original version. But yes, they do turn into yarn in the film version, which is this one is from.
Yeah.
Okay. Question is though, who's your favorite Star Trek captain?
Oh,
and a man on is asking if you're okay, James.
I am okay. Apart from
me and James are not okay.
I've got COVID.
Me and James are not okay right now.
He's being a real trooper, streaming with us now.
But my favorite captain, that's really tricky. I'm going to say Janeway, but I say she's probably my favorite admiral more than she is my favorite captain. Because I'm going to have to say probably Pike is my favorite captain, Janeway's my favorite admiral, Picard's my favorite sort of general character. I don't know. Janeway's really high for me. Because Voyager was the first series I watched all the way through, and Star Trek Prodigy just shows how awesome Janeway is as an admiral. But Pike in Strange New Worlds is just awesome, and Pike is the OG captain, so you can't go wrong. What's wrong? I saw Nick said you were ill. Yes, I got COVID. Yay. Captain Catherine Janeway's mine. Yes! Octavia, you got good taste in captains.
I don't know anything really about Star Trek at all. However, I have heard people say that Janeway is also a war criminal as well.
Look, she only committed small war crimes, and she also turned into a salamander at some point and had kids. So
But did she use the improbability drive? What happened?
So yeah, and that's actually addressed in a kids show, Star Trek Prodigy, which is just amazing that they bring that up in that. Okay,
you know what? I'm going to be very uncharacteristically nice right now. Whenever, obviously, I'm not a huge Star Trek fan. I can never get into it myself. But whenever I see something that I don't particularly know a lot about, and I see a lot of people communicating and connecting about it, that brings me a little bit of joy. I will admit that.
Yeah, Janeway is amazing. Excuse me. Yeah, she is amazing. Did I say that she wasn't amazing? I'm very confused.
I think that was towards me. I've just heard secondhand talking about her being a war criminal. I don't have any examples myself. I just know those accusations.
Okay. It's Cisco's the war criminal. Janeway just kills Tuvix by splitting. So Neelix and Tuvok end up joining together in the transporter, have a transporter accident, and Janeway decides to separate them back into Tuvok and Neelix, but killing Tuvix.
Yeah, okay.
But there is a universe where Tuvix doesn't die in Star Trek Prodigy, which is called Captain Tuvix. I'm forcing Nick to watch Star Trek. Good, we'll do it.
Please do. Like, I'm genuinely in. Like,
I
will give stuff a shot again. There's no
good
harm in
luck
trying.
getting him to sit down for an hour.
Oh yeah, like this is the second 2-hour stint that they've got me to sit down. I've already started fidgeting. I just can't sit still.
Okay,
I can't sit still at all.
We'll get through the next ships pretty quickly. The next ship is the Flying Saucer from Independence Day. That was really strong at the beginning, but because we had today's technology, somehow defeated them, so it can go to scrap metal, because the fact that we can beat them now just sums up the level of terribleness that they are. Right, okay, moving on we have the Bird of Prey. It has a cloaking device. It's a pretty cool ship, but I think for me, it's going to go above this ship in B tier, because Birds of Prey have a habit. They have to decloak to fire. Most of them do. Some of the experimental ones don't have to decloak to fire, but most of them have to decloak to fire. So immediately you have to cut your shields. Just like in Stargate, you have to turn your shield into a cloak. So basically, you uncloak to fire and then you get shot. Unlike the puddle jumpers, which can fire while cloaked.
So the rule of law is don't miss. If you miss, well, you're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to put that. And if anyone disagrees, let me know. But I'm going to put it in B tier. Next is the Millennium Falcon. This is for Nick.
Oh, S.
But it doesn't have a pool,
It's
Nick.
got to go above the Enterprise for
That is
me,
true. It
personally.
does not have a pool.
No, you specified it doesn't have a pool, so it has to go above the ball cube. By your own rules, you've hurt your favourite ship. So I hope you realise that you've done this. Feel bad.
I can't believe I've done this.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Okay, moving on.
Is there a way we can get that meme on screen right now, James?
Let me see.
I can't believe I can't believe you've done this.
Believe.
No, there's a video.
I'm sure I can find the video by doing this too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, I was thinking.
So basically, what I was thinking of was, oh fuck! I can't believe you've done this.
There you go. I just for you, Nick.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so this might be slightly off, but I'm going to say Normandy 1, because I'm going to count these ships in the same sort of thing. I got Normandy 1 and Normandy SR1, SR2. I'm going to go Normandy 1, bottom B tier, but Normandy 2, I'm going to put top of A. How's that for you, Joe?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not too familiar with the Mass Effect series. I've seen a bit of it, but I don't know the specifics of the Normandy. So I'm leaving it up to you.
So
I will trust your word.
Normandy 1 is like a much smaller ship, and Normandy 2 is like a lot bigger, better armed and stuff.
Right.
Okay.
Does either of them have a hot tub or a pool?
No, that's why they're not in S tier.
Okay. Because I mean, if they do even have them, surely they're in S tier. Like,
Yeah, but they don't. Though, to be honest, Shepard does have a captain's cabin with a fish tank where he gets jiggy with people.
Kenny, what, he gets jiggy with people in the fish tank?
No, in the bed next to the fish tank. But
Okay.
so
Is the fish tank big enough to get in? That could class as a pool.
yes, it is, but I'm not counting it as a pool. Right, the next one is the space shuttle from is it Interstellar? It's from. I want to say it's Interstellar. Or is it Gravity?
Okay, that is a very smexy ship.
It does look cool though.
But I think
I think the fact that film was so based on scientifically accurate.
Well, you
stuff.
thinking of Interstellar or Gravity? I guess they're both very.
they're very similar ships. I'll put it I'm going to put it in B tier because it's more of a realistic ship that we could build today. But a lot of these other ships are like futuristic, ships that we could build at some point. So I think middle of B tier seems fair for it.
Yeah, I suppose any kind of actual realistic ship is probably going quite low because it has to be so bare bones,
Exactly.
and mission centric that you can't really do anything with it.
Exactly. Next ship, Pillar of Autumn. Joe, where do you want Pillar of Autumn to go?
A at least.
Top of A tier?
Yeah. Actually, I don't know because
it is an old ship,
think
but by the time we find it in Halo 1, it's only an Halcyon class cruiser.
That's true, but it is like refurbished and refitted
For the mission to take out the Prophet. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it should actually go low S because I think later down the line, the Paris class cruiser or whatever it was, frigate. Will probably go in A because.
But Joe, you know the one rule about going to S tier.
Does it have a hot tub?
Does it have a hot tub? No, actually, we don't know if it does. We never see Captain.
True.
We never see Captain Keyes' quarters. So I'm gonna say he has a hot tub. Just get it in S tier. Okay, now for a ship that definitely doesn't have a hot tub, but probably should, is the Planet Express ship from Futurama. Joe, where are we putting this baby?
I feel like this could actually go fairly high. Maybe as well in like A.
Top of A?
Because isn't it? Am I crazy? Is it instantaneous travel?
It's pretty. It's got sort of ion engines, but it's really really fast. And you have to see the amount of wire I use for it.
Good news, everyone!
Good news, everyone. So yeah, this one is one that Nick can decide on. Red Dwarf.
I mean, it is very cool. But I do think it belongs in C tier, personally.
You think? Not in scrap? Because it literally is scrap by the time we encounter it?
No, I think it's cool. I think it's fun.
No, I think it's...
How long does it take to turn around again?
It can't.
It takes like 50,000 years to turn around or something like that.
So I think for the purposes of a spaceship, it just does not meet those purposes.
I'm sorry, I thought he said I could decide this one, but I guess it's
fine.
Fine.
I mean,
C
It's
tier.
fine. That's fine.
I'm happy with C tier. C tier is fine.
Okay, Starbuck. You can decide this one. Where would you like Starbuck? Starbuck is like a much faster ship. Where would you like to put it? Nick?
I don't know, actually.
Do you want to put it top of B?
Go for it.
Does it have a hot tub or pool?
No, actually, does it?
No,
it's quite small.
Yeah, it can't be an S tier then.
Okay, this next ship is very bare bones. It's from the Expanse. So I think
above gravity ship, but still in B.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to put it because it's not as advanced as the others. Now, this is a ship that I absolutely adore, but it is scrap. Is the Serenity. It's a beautiful ship. I adore this ship. It's so beautiful, but it is falling apart.
Literally pieces fall off of it all the time.
So, and if we're putting Battlestar Galactica in scrap, I've got to put Serenity in scrap too, unfortunately, which makes me really sad. Moving on, Prometheus from Stargate SG-1. This is the first human Asgard ship that we see in the show. I'll let Joe decide this one. Joe, where would you like to put this one?
I mean, realistically, I think it should.
Did you just say Asgardian ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's aliens called the Asgard in Stargate.
And there's Thor. Thor's
I was
hammer.
going to say some Stargate Marvel crossover.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck's going on?
No, Norse gods are actually aliens in Stargate.
For my amount of nerdiness that I have, I genuinely have not touched on Stargate that much. Like, I've watched, obviously, Farscape with Joe. I've watched a fair amount of Doctor Who. I've watched a lot of Star Wars. Well, Star Wars is my main thing.
Yeah.
But for I've genuinely not seen that. I've played a lot of, like, Ratchet and Clank, so that kind of wacky 2000s video games. But that's about my limit of this stuff. I don't actually know a lot of these.
That's fine.
I think
where'd you like to put it?
For the Prometheus, even though I literally did just say about like realistic spaceships and in modern times going like B tier, and the ones that are in there at the moment, the Rosinante and the Gravity ship, even though they are technically worse than the Prometheus, I still think the Prometheus deserves scrap metal. Prometheus sucks.
Oh, you think? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. And it gets captured so many times, like...
Yeah, and literally I think like the third time they even take it out for a spin,
gets blown up.
The reactor like core is about to explode and they have to like eject it over a planet, and the planet thinks that they're going to war with them because they caused a nuclear explosion in their sky.
The next ship is one I don't know. Joe, do you know this one?
Hang on a minute, I need to... Oh, yes, that's right. So the ship we just did was the Prometheus, and now this ship is the ship from Prometheus.
Yeah, that's it. I think for me this goes like just above the ship from Gravity, because it's basic. I mean, no, this one does have more sci-fi like engines.
I think above
Residente.
Above Rosinante, maybe above Normandy or the Cowboy Bebop ship. I'm not 100%.
I'm gonna leave Normandy where it is, because Normandy is like stupidly far. It's experimental ship, so I'd say this one probably is slightly higher. It's probably the same sort of era in sci-fi, so I'm gonna say that Normandy takes that. Okay, Nick, you can do this one. Star Destroyer. Where would you rank the Star Destroyer? Bear in mind, Star Destroyers don't have pools, so I'm gonna put that out.
So it can't be S tier then, can it? Well, it's obviously got to go. It's got to go below the Wally ship, because but it is S tier because it's just so iconic. Like you see that, you know it's Star Wars. Like and the amount of stuff it's got on it as well, where it can literally, it could easily take out like most enterprises because of the amount. The city large population of stormtroopers on there, the amount of shields it has. And the heavy turrets, the heavy laser turrets.
Lasers! You just stated lasers, man. Lasers are like primitive tech compared to the Enterprise. Remember, galaxy far, far away. Remember, and a long time ago, the technology is far superior to that. Sorry to say, Nick.
I disagree. You've got torpedoes as well.
Yeah, photon and quantum torpedoes are far superior to the. Torpedoes that Star Wars have.
They have a city population of boarding parties, mate. Come on.
You can't board the Enterprise. You know, you have to get through its shields first, and that's not getting through its shields.
I disagree.
Moving on from there, we have the Super Star Destroyer, and I will put that just above the regular Star Destroyer.
No, I'm going to put it less.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I think I'll put
it
less,
really? I'd put it
personally.
above the Star Destroyer.
Okay. Sure.
Also, there's more likelihood of it having a pool or a hot tub.
Yeah, it might have a
very
pool.
true. Yeah.
And that's the rules of this. It has a pool, a hot tub. By the rules of this tier list, the TARDIS has to go first.
Oh, it has to be S tier. Easy.
It is if there was any ship you could have out of any of them that you would want to have, and you don't like just for pure domination, and you don't say the TARDIS, you are objectively wrong, because it can travel through space, it can travel through time,
realities.
It can basically be anything you want it to be. Like Jesus Christ, it's a madly powerful ship, and
it has literally any room you could ever desire. It literally has a room of requirement. You know, it's insane. So yeah,
it has a pool.
Does it have
It
a
does.
pool though? It does. It does have a pool. It does
It
have
could
a
have
pool.
more. It could have 5 pools if it wanted.
It can have infinite numbers of pools. That's just how it works.
Yeah, it can have loads of pools. It can have a water slide if you want it to.
Next ship goes
Hell yeah.
the bottom of Scrap, and it's the original TIE fighter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
They're pretty weak, aren't they?
okay, next ship that we have. This is a Vogon constructor fleet. I'm going to put this down scrap metal because all they were was just making bypasses through space.
Yeah, and they are literally just floating office blocks.
Yeah, so that can stay there. So next we have the Enterprise C, and I'm going to actually put this down in C tier.
Ooh, spicy. Okay.
That I could never have imagined James would put the Enterprise down in C tier.
No, because this Enterprise...
Explain yourself.
This Enterprise, it's... I mean, I think maybe after Section 31 I might change my mind, but the only time we see this ship is one episode, and its whole destiny, because it's a timey-wimey story, is to go back in time and be blown up. That's its whole thing. Because in the timeline it comes from, the actual regular Star Trek universe, it gets blown up, and then we get peace with the Klingons, because it helps the Klingons against the Romulans. But it ends up going through a time portal to the future, and changes history and ruins everything, so it can stay in C tier for screwing up everything.
Right.
And then it goes back in time. It does actually save Tasha Yar, though, who is a character that dies, but in the alternate future she's alive, brings her back in time so she can have a baby with a Romulan, and then we get one of the greatest bad guys. So yeah, it's the Enterprise C. It can be in C. So yeah, that can go down there for me. What? I think
Can't argue with that logic.
yeah. So
Fair enough.
the next
If
ship.
you thought that much about it, then fair enough.
We do a lot of Enterprise tier lists over on Priority One Armada. The next ship I have is one of the drop ships from Avatar. One of the little it's basically like the clone transports, really, just taking you from orbit down to Pandora.
Oh, okay.
I think it is a very sexy looking ship.
Yeah.
But it's
cool.
It's very limited gun armaments wise, though. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably similar in design to the ship from Gravity, you know. So I think I'm going to put it just under the Rosodonte for me, because it's not got its own. You know, they don't have hyperspace technology. I know the Rosodonte doesn't either, but the Rosodonte is like weapons left, right, and centre.
Yeah,
everywhere
that's
on
true.
It.
There is a gun.
And to be fair, the ones in Avatar, they are literally there's like our current, so it's like metal physical bullets.
Yeah.
So literally, for me, it just goes just above the shuttle from Gravity. This next ship, I have no clue what it is, but I know Joe does. So tell us.
It's Imperium of Man warship from 40k. I would be shot if I didn't put this in S tier.
Okay.
Anything from Warhammer is S tier because it's so ridiculous. Like the guns are so insanely powerful. It's like the smallest craft in Warhammer is a Death Star. Like it's all just blown out of proportion and it's all silly. So I'd put it. I mean, I would put it like just below the TARDIS. Genuinely,
Does it have a pool?
I know.
Does it have a pool?
Okay, it's the size of a city. I don't know if it has a pool. There's not a 0 chance it has a pool.
If you can't confirm it doesn't have a pool, it can go just above Super Star Destroyer. But you have to be able to confirm it has a pool.
But to be fair,
confirm.
the Enterprise hasn't confirmed it has.
Oh
a pool.
no, I can confirm to you it has a pool.
You've confirmed it has a simulation
of a pool.
You haven't confirmed it has a pool.
The Enterprise also has cetacean observations, which is where dolphins live. And it's got a fish tank, is what you're saying. No, it's a very you can swim in it, so it's a swimming pool. God.
But we also said that we could swim in the Normandy fish tank as well.
Yeah, but the Normandy fish tank is the size of my wall. The Enterprise.
Just put the Enterprise below the Wally one. Like it's not.
I'm not putting it there. I'm not.
It's not got a proper pool.
It does have a proper pool.
But you have to put it below the. That's what we're ranking this as.
Fine, I'll move this down.
That's the wrong one. There you go. Good. Good luck.
Rightfully,
Thank you.
I think the Warhammer ship should be next to the
Oh,
TARDIS.
bye,
but
Octavia. Thanks for joining us.
Lovely to see you, Octavia.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
You better not move that Enterprise. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to put it back. She told us not. It's going back to where it was.
It's just so funny.
I feel like the Warhammer community, if they see this, will shoot me if it's not second top. But it's obviously you're in control of the stream. It's up to you.
I'm gonna leave it there. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll put it just behind the Enterprise. There you go. I've moved it back. It's just there's stream delay. Right. Okay. Next X-wing. It doesn't have a pool, so it can go at the bottom of S tier.
Yeah.
And it's only a fighter. This certainly does have a pool, though, this next ship. And I am willing to say it can go just here.
What is it?
It is
is
Atlantis.
The Atlantis from Stargate Atlantis.
Okay.
I mean, even if it doesn't have a pool, which it probably does.
It probably does.
Half of the buildings in the Atlantis are flooded with seawater anyway. So they
You can definitely go for a
pools.
swim. So yes, no, I think Atlantis has a chair in it with a drone chair that can take out an entire fleet of ships, when fully armed. So, and it has shield and it can cloak itself. It's ridiculous. It's literally overpowered. And you can fly it, and it has a wormhole drive as well. It has instantaneous travel when you have enough ZPMs to power the thing, which is pretty insane. The next ship we have is the Asgard cruiser. I don't think these are that good, Like as soon as
Really?
well, they're really good when we first see them, but they get immediately wiped out by the replicators.
Yeah, that's true. I don't remember if they get. They do, don't they? And yeah. But are the replicators made by the Asgards?
Yeah, the replicators were made by the the replicators were made by the Atlanteans. The Atlanteans made the replicators, but
I could have sworn there's two separate versions. There's like Milky Way replicators, and then there's like Atlantis or Pegasus Galaxy replicators.
Yeah, there are two versions. I don't know if they're separate though. I don't know if one was made by the Asgards, one was made by the Ancients, or it was a joint project where they both worked on them together. And yes, I
do think in the general scale of things, it's just replicators are very powerful, and I do think it deserves to go fairly high up.
I'll put it above the Planet Express ship.
Yeah.
Okay, the next ship is the Enterprise D, and this thing does have a pool.
Cool.
Just fully confirmed, it has several pools, several holodecks. It has a museum.
It doesn't. It has a pool, therefore you can put it in S tier. I will allow you.
There we go, and it can go just above.
Is this
the
the
original
massive one you were
Enterprise.
talking about?
This is not the Enterprise J. The Enterprise J is over here, but we'll get to that a little bit later. This is
It has to have so many pools.
because it's a Galaxy class starship. It has crew complement of just under 2,000. And every one of those 2,000 people gets like a nice decent sized room with a replicator and a nice bed
And a pool.
500 cigarettes.
Oh, the Orville! We didn't put the Orville on this list. Damn it. We'll get
500 cigarettes. I've still not watched that.
Have you not seen the Orville?
I
Oh
haven't
my
seen
God.
it either. I've only seen the clip.
You guys need to see the Orville. It's just such a good show.
It does look very funny when I watch it.
It is just Star Trek with slightly more humor. So it's basically Lower Decks. In fact, Lower Decks is
Canon.
No. Lower Decks is what the Orville is. Basically, Seth MacFarlane wanted to make Star Trek, and they wouldn't let him because they'd already hired Mike McMahon from Rick and Morty to make Lower Decks. So he went off and made the Orville instead.
Ah, okay.
So
Cool.
Lower Decks is actually the Orville, technically, from a standpoint of we made this. Let me just quickly add this on. Boop, where's the Orville? That is a ship that deserves to be on this list. Where is it? Orville.
How are you feeling, Nick? Are you still with us, or
I'm still with you.
cool?
Oh, the
'Cause,
Orville is gone.
I'm twitchy, but I'm still with you.
Do you reckon you can make it through the ships we have left?
How
'Cause,
many more have we got? We've got 2 rows. Let's try and speed through them.
We have Yes, probably about 3 rows because we're not going to do the Thunderbird ones, or at
Yeah.
least the Thunderbird ones that are in atmosphere anyway.
Okay.
I can just rush through them. The next one is the F302 from Stargate. Where would you like to put this,
Does
Joe?
not have a pool.
not have a
Probably above.
Below
Above
Rosadonte?
the
Above Rosadonte.
no above. I would even put it above Normandy maybe.
I feel like just under
Uh,
Norman. No, it has. It can go to hyperspace. No, it can't go hyperspace, can it?
Okay, yeah,
Some
just
can,
below.
some can't. So just below.
Cool. Next.
Next, we're on to the ship from Farscape, Moira.
Oh, Moya.
Moira.
She can go to scrap metal. Sorry, kind of sucks.
Oh, yeah. To be fair, no, she is. An old
She
ship.
has no guns. She's a prison ship. I mean, she can do the star jump. I forget what it's called. Starburst. Thank you. But that's kind of it, really. Otherwise, there's always trouble happening on that ship.
Yeah, to be fair. Okay, moving on. We got the Viper. Should I put it? That's basically just an F302, really. So should I put it next to it?
Yeah, even though it is like cool as fuck, like style points to the max. I love the way that thing looks.
Yeah. Next, we have an Ori ship from Stargate. Where should I put this one?
Next with the Asgards, I reckon.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit above.
Yeah, they were more powerful. Babylon 5, the space station. I feel like for me,
I don't know.
I feel like for me, I'm going to put it just above Red Dwarf, because it's just a space station at the end of the day, you know.
Right? Is it not?
Okay.
What does it have a pool?
It does have a pool, but so does Red Dwarf. But you know,
Oh, if it has a pool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling that Red Dwarf and Babylon 5 should maybe get a bit of a bump if they get pools.
If they got pools, they should, yeah, a little bit further up. Personally,
Okay,
if they've got
fine.
Pools, that gives them.
I'll put them
more.
top of B tier for their. Oh, hello, Fem. I'll put them top of B tier because of the
Hey,
fact they have
Fem.
pools.
If
Just below Starbuck. There you go. Okay. Next, I have the Enterprise J. This is the big. This ship is 3 miles across. It literally is a portable starbase. It can travel across galaxies pretty much instantaneously,
James,
and it has a pool.
does it have
Yeah,
a pool?
It has a pool. It has a pool. So
Then I'm keen for you to put it in S tier if that's where you think it deserves to go.
there, go there for me. Okay. Oh, this one you can do, Joe. This is the Daedalus.
does not have a pool as far as we know.
No. Just above
However,
Ori.
it looks cool and it is way more effective. So I think below. Oh, actually, no, below the Ori ship because I still do think the Ori ship's a bit more powerful.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe above the Asgard.
Yeah, I feel like the humans improved on the Asgard design, to be honest, with that one.
Yeah.
We're all good, Fem. Thanks for asking.
Viper.
Well, 2 of us are ill, but
There you go.
Oh yeah. Nick and James are dying right now.
and I'm drinking alcohol.
So-
while
so
dying
thank them
to
for
try
their
and
service.
Drown my sorrows.
Where would you like the Mark 7 Viper?
It's uglier,
So
but it
I'll
is
put
more
it-
effective.
So
Put it below, just because style points. I think the other Viper looks cooler.
okay, so next ship we have is the White Star from Babylon 5. This thing was pretty insane, so I'm going to put it bottom 8 here. It was like fastest ship in the show. It could take out like hordes and hordes of ships, so I think it can go there. Wraith Cruiser, where do you want to put this one, Joe?
Wraith Cruiser. That I don't think it's anything too special. I mean, to be fair, it could take on the Daedalus. Like, it could kind of go 1-to-1, or maybe like 2-to-1 against the
Daedalus like took out 2 of them and then got damaged by the 3rd. So I
yeah.
think,
So below Daedalus, below Asgard, probably. Maybe neck and neck with the Normandy Gen.
I could
what
see
is
that.
too?
Yeah, Gen 2, I could see that. This ship, I have no idea. So Joe, you're gonna have to handle this one.
So this is from Killzone. I don't know what it's called, but it's like their capital ship. I kind of just said this because of aesthetics. Don't think it has a pool. Can't confirm that it doesn't though. But it looks cool as hell, and I just think it's slap bang in the middle. Maybe like
You think?
maybe
Just above
top
Babylon
of-
5.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, Nick, you can answer this one. The first ship from Guardians of the Galaxies.
I'm gonna say probably B, maybe A tier. I feel like most of the ships on this list could take it out quite quickly.
I'm gonna put it just above Starbuck.
Yeah, that makes sense because I don't know how the hyperspace shit works in Star Trek, but like in Marvel, it's literally teleportation. So you can literally go through. You can just open up wormholes, and I think that's a pretty insane technology to have.
That is pretty powerful. Moving on, we have the drop ship from Aliens. We all seen Aliens?
Does it have a pool?
Yes.
It doesn't.
It does not have a pool. However, it has a shitload of guns on it, though.
I'm going to put it just below the Rosodonte because it's basically it's the same level of technology as the ships in between. The next ship actually probably can go quite high. You can answer this. This is the ship that replaces the first ship from Guardians, the sort of their capital ship that that Star-Lord gets.
Unfortunately, I know this one does not have a pool, but it does have like a nice table on it.
It does. So where would you like? Shall I put it just below Planet Express ship or just above Planet Express ship?
Go for it.
No, you have to tell me below or above.
Below. Above.
You said below first. Next, we have an OP little ship. We have the paddle jumper. Joe, you can answer this one. Where'd you like to put the paddle jumper?
Despite being called a puddle jumper, it does not have anything to do with water inside of it.
That's a real shame.
Except when it crashes into oceans quite a lot.
That is true, and then does fill with water, so it becomes a bit of a pool sometimes. Puddle jumper, I reckon that is because it's not. Does it? I don't think it's got any guns, does it? Or if it does, it's very lightly armed.
No, it's heavily armed. Puddle jumpers are. Remember, they're quick. They're quick with drone chairs. Remember?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that actually. I guess that can go actually probably like low A because it has stealth. It can go through Stargate, so it's got essentially like instantaneous travel.
It can fire while cloaked.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, yeah, you've convinced me. Like, let's go really quite high. Actually, probably
not as high as Daedalus.
No,
but it makes Daedalus better because Daedalus can.
Maybe just below the Asgard ship.
Just below. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'd go with that. DS9. I'm just going to put DS9. It has lots of pools. It's a space station. It can go just below Babylon 5, I think. It has a wormhole. Actually, no, it goes above Babylon 5 because it's a wormhole like right next to it for instantaneous travel. So I think, just for that, it goes just above Babylon 5. The next ship we have is the USS Infinity from Halo. Where should I put this one, Joe?
I can't confirm, but I could absolutely 100% believe that there is a pool on this thing.
There must be. There's got to be like hot tubs at least.
Like you said about that Star Trek ship. The J,
if it's got
3
a
miles
pool,
long.
put it up then.
Yeah,
I think
it's about the same length as the J. To be honest, it just doesn't have.
Yeah.
It has a Fujiwara drive rather than a warp drive. So
maybe below that, but like it's got a pool, so you got to put it up there. No, that's Starbuck.
Where to go? There it is. I'm going to put you there, and I'll just move Starbuck back to where it was, which is like there. There we go. So I think just below the Enterprise J for me. Because the Enterprise J has much better shields than the Infinity. Next ship we have is one that Nick can do. It's the ship from Ratchet
this is the Phoenix. Okay, I'm going to nerd out on this ship. There are a lot of ships that I could have chosen. Ratchet and Clank, which is a video game series from the 2000s, if people don't know about it. The reason I put this one is because of how fucking impenetrable it is. Like, its shields are so strong that it is almost impossible for anything to get through them because it just teleports wherever you fire to another place or just the next or just like to the other side of the ship. It's mad. The only way the antagonist was able to infiltrate the ship was through a boarding party, but it had to draw away the army that was on the ship and the warriors that are on the ship away to another battle in several places throughout the galaxy, so it could basically just infiltrate it with minimal crew on board. That is how OP this. So this is, and it has training quarters, it has a bar, it has obviously the cockpit, it has all the fuel stuff. Like, this is like video game madness in a ship. It's pretty mad.
Okay,
And you've got a pool, you've got an easy quarters. Yeah, it's mad.
Okay, I'm going to put it above the Wally ship because we do know it has a pool. There we go.
It goes above. I'm sorry, it goes above the Enterprise.
No, it doesn't. I'll give you.
You don't know that. You don't know this one. I don't know the Enterprise. I trust you with that.
I will accept it can go above the
original Enterprise.
Infinity because the Infinity is solely like for war. It is a warship, so it's not necessarily meant for hospitable living. I'm sure it is like fairly comfortable because it is so high tech.
Well, no, I think the Infinity is I think the Infinity is built in a time of peace. To be fair, like it was designed at the end of the Covenant War. It wasn't in time, was it? So no, it is a warship. No, okay, I'll put it sort of there, just below the Ratchet. The Enterprise J stays where it is. It's beautiful and it can stay there. Moving on.
What's your comeback to the Phoenix?
It has the letter J in it. Enough is said.
No.
Joe also agrees with this.
The Phoenix actually has a real pool in it. It does also have a simulation, so it can have extra pools if you wanted to.
Yeah, but so does the Enterprise J. So yeah, Enterprise J.
Okay, I know. I just want to make an amendment here. I know we respect our elders. The 2001 Space Odyssey ship. I don't think it even has a pool. Really, it does not belong there.
Doesn't.
Sorry, it kind of sucks.
Okay. Okay. Well, just because we respect it, it can go bottom of S tier. But if it didn't exist, we wouldn't have half the other. In fact, most of the other ships on this list. So I think
if it had a pool, then it'd be fine. We would keep it where it is. But
I still want to say that I disagree that the Enterprise goes above the Phoenix.
Well, I think if Octavia Top Hat was still here, she'd agree with me. So,
Cool. Get over it.
Moving on, we've got the sort of Avengers dropship. For me,
it can go in space, which is okay, but I still think in terms of everything else, it doesn't really hold up much in the battle. I'm
just going to put it just above the dropship from Avatar, just below the dropship from Aliens. I think that's a fairly good place to put it.
Yeah.
Enterprise E.
Wait, hang on a minute. Can the Quinjet actually even go into space?
Yes, it can.
Yeah, it did with the Hulk. It transported him to what was it?
The Jeff Goldblum world.
Yeah.
Okay, just for you, Nick, Enterprise E can go just below your favourite ship.
Well, that's not just for me. That's just statistically correct.
It's not statistically correct, but the Enterprise E can go there because to be fair, out of all the Enterprise, actually no, I'm gonna move the E to below the D because although the
so it's not for me. You're making a tactical choice about this.
Well, no, because the E is a far superior ship to the Galaxy class, but it's possible. It has a pool, but it doesn't have as many pools as the D does. The D has a lot more pools, so I think on the pool ratio, the E has to go a bit further down.
Just saying, if the Phoenix went up against the Enterprise, the Enterprise is fucked.
No, I think the Enterprise would win.
You don't know the Phoenix. You've not played the game.
It would win. Enterprise wins.
You don't play the game.
Yeah, but Enterprise wins. Moving on. Thunderbird 3. I mean, this is literally just a rocket ship.
Yeah, it's kind of got to be a bit low tier. I want to say even probably less than some of I'd
say
literally
C personally.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it below the ship that explodes. Next we have Thunderbird 5.
C.
Yeah, C again. So I don't know
3.
if it's got any weapons or anything.
It's
definitely
literally just a space station.
It's basically a satellite.
I don't know if it has the pool.
It's the International Space Station, but the 60s version of it before it was real.
Because it is 60s, I could believe that they might put a pool in it, but I don't know. It's not confirmed.
No. Next, we have the Paris-class frigate, our always famous ship known as the Forward Unto Dawn. Where would you like to put this one, Joe?
I would like to put this one high up because I think it looks cool as fuck. But
bear in mind, it's most famous for being cut in half. Just going to put that out there.
That is true, but it is so industrial and military. No, it's not comfortable. It just looks cool and it's heavily armed. I don't know about armored.
I mean,
but it's heavily armed.
Its Mac gun is pretty impressive. Like the whole front piece is just a gun.
So I would maybe say an A somewhere.
I think for me. It would go under Puddle Jumper because they don't have decent cloaking tech on it. But I think that's fair there. Next, we have the dropship from Destiny, and this can just go down here. just
scrap metal.
scrap metal. It literally
does.
is scrap metal. You find it, and it's scrap. So
Scrapyard. Right, yeah.
this one's going to be an interesting one. Actually, I'm just going to move Orville to there. The Dalek ship that we see in Doctor Who in the first series of the reboot with Christopher Eccleston. These ships were kind of insane.
I can't say I have an opinion on this.
You do?
I can't say I have an opinion.
Oh,
on
you
this.
don't? Okay, I'm surprised. I thought
I've just not
actually,
seen these episodes.
I mean, I don't think we ever really see them like properly demonstrate themselves. However, they are extremely intimidating. I feel like they have to be fairly high up there.
Shall I put it just above the two ships here?
I feel like they might be more than that. Again, I kind of just going off like vibes.
I'm going to put it just above White Star because that thing is full of Daleks, and those Daleks can come out and just zap you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put that there. Next ship is the Orville. Now the Orville is sort of a less armed Enterprise, really, but it's a pretty fun ship to be on. So
500 cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
so I'm actually going to put Orville down here, bottom of A tier, because it doesn't have a cloaking device. It's not very well armored. It's also sort of a very old
Like
ship.
the Enterprise.
No.
Yes.
No. And
Yes.
the last we have Thunderbird 1 and 2. They can't go into space, so they go to scrap metal, because as soon as they try, they explode.
They do.
So that brings us to the end of the stream.
It
And
doesn't.
both-
The Enterprise goes below the Phoenix, but I will happily conclude with you not knowing enough. It's fine.
I mean, you don't know enough about Star Trek, to be fair.
It is true, but we can. That's not important right now.
Yes,
I
it
mean,
is.
In my mind, the 40k ship should be a second.
Okay, you know
but-
what? Just for you, I'm going to put 40k ship just there. So it goes.
Yeah,
TARDIS,
that does make sense still, actually.
TARDIS
Bastard.
J, then your ship,
Phoenix
ship,
Phoenix.
and then the 40k ship. There we go. That is our tier list, everyone. If you agree with what we said, let us know in the comments and let us know in chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. We have been doing this for 2 hours. I think we are all ready to lie down and sleep.
Yeah, this has been a long one. Hell, I'm ready to do that, and I'm not even ill.
So thank you so much for tuning into our COVID-filled stream.
Yeah.
It was lovely to see you all.